Dawon Ha is relentlessly bullied. They force him to play games, or they will beat him naked in front of his crush. They make him game so much, he literally died. But now he's getting a do-over with the skills from all the games they made him play. And he's hunting down every bully with this broken system. We open on a totally normal high school classroom. Nothing to see here, just kids studying, chilling, and, well, we'll get to that. Some dude spots his classmate, Dawon Ha, and calls him out for gaming. Again, the horror. And here comes the welcoming committee, a classic bully and his sidekick, mocking Dawon for being a game otaku. They marvel at his extensive gaming hardware, which is really just a sad collection of power banks. And here's the twist, Dawon snaps. All this gear isn't for his own enjoyment, it's because they forced him to do it. Meet Dawon Ha, 18 years old, and a professional game shuttle. Basically, he gets bullied into playing games for other people. He's basically a human bot, running multiple accounts at once. You can see the misery in his eyes. The bully seems impressed by his skills, but all Dawon can think is, who the hell was that? Then, the clouds part, and an angel descends. Just kidding, it's Ju, the goddess of Class 7. Of course there's a goddess of the class. Turns out, she plays games too. Specifically, life game. Dawon is shocked. Dawon admits what every guy in school already knows. They all have a crush on her. And he's no exception. She's talking to him about the game, complaining that she's in last place in a bet with her friends. Dawon's inner monologue. She'd never notice a loser like me. He's completely flustered that his crush is actually talking to him. He seizes the opportunity of a lifetime and offers to help her with the game. Eren says it's okay because he looks busy, but Dawon, smooth as ever, insists it's fine because he wants to. He starts dropping some pro-gamer knowledge about life game. She just laughs at his interpretation. But hey, she laughed. It's a win. Dawon's mind goes into overdrive. Is this how they get close? He's about to share a tip when... cockblock alert. Eren's friend shows up, asking what she's doing with him. Eren says she was just waiting for her to go eat. And just like that, the moment's over. Eren leaves, and Dawon is left with his dreams crushed. But wait, a plot twist. She turns back and thanks him. By name. She knows his name. This is it. The peak of his existence. Dawon is so happy he could die right now. A classic death flag if I've ever seen one. And speak of the devil, a notification pops up. Your character has died. Yep. While he was busy having the best moment of his life, his character got killed because he wasn't paying attention. And the penalty for death is severe. He dropped an item. Not just any item, but the ultra-rare King of Justice's collection sword. The color drains from Dawon's face, because that sword wasn't his. It was the favorite weapon of his personal bully, Cholwoo. He knows he's a dead man. Dawon is literally thinking, if that psychopath knew, he'd go on a rampage. And right on cue, Cholwoo Min appears, already mid-rampage. Meet Cholwoo Min, the 18-year-old delinquent who gets his kicks from making Dawon's life a living hell. He's not happy that Dawon took his eyes off the screen. Dawon is getting his face rearranged. He can barely stammer out Cholwoo's name. Cholwoo stops, seemingly placated by Dawon's offer to give him his own collection sword. But you just know there's a but coming. And there it is. Cholwoo, with the most punchable face in the universe, says that doesn't make Dawon sinless. And so, the beating resumes. As he gets slammed, Dawon muses that the saying, "life is a game," really applies to guys like this. They get a kick out of stepping on people weaker than them, just to feel strong. To them, climbing the school ranks is just like leveling up, and Dawon is just another mob to grind for XP. Cholwoo tells him that if gaming is the only thing he's good at, he should at least be diligent about it. Cholwoo complains that his team sucks at hunting in Roast RPG, so he's got a little job for Dawon. The job? Bring him the Fire King's greatsword within a week. An impossible task. Dawon is floored. A legendary item in just a week? It's impossible. Cholwoo then twists the knife, revealing he saw Dawon blushing while talking to Ju. To motivate him, Cholwoo lays down the threat. If Dawon doesn't get the sword, Cholwoo will strip him naked and beat him up right in front of Eren. Now it's personal. As Cholwoo and his friends leave to make plans for spring break, Dawon is left completely broken. He's just sitting there on the floor, utterly defeated. He screams that he hates games, or so he says when he's being a shuttle, because, surprise, he's actually a massive game otaku, complete with cat ear headphones. It's spring break, his mom's away on business. It's the perfect time for an all-night gaming session. He's not worried about Cholwoo's impossible demand. Why? Because he's actually a max-level player in Roast RPG, a level 100 legend known as Jet Black Choco Pie. He only stopped because it got too easy. But as he logs in, he gets a sudden, terrible feeling. And his gut feeling is never wrong. He pulls up the patch notes and sees the nightmare. The level cap has been doubled, the bosses are significantly harder, and the drop rates for legendary items have been nerfed into oblivion. It's a classic pay-to-win cash grab by the developers. For a normal player, this would be game over. But Dawon isn't a normal player, and he's got the ultimate motivation, saving himself from public humiliation in front of Eren. Despite the impossible odds, he grits his teeth. The grind is on. 18 hours into the grind, Dawon is fueled by nothing but a single can of Red Devil and the sheer power of will. After pulling an all-nighter, he finally figures out a strategy to farm the boss, Fire King Magmaros. His hopes are high. 37 hours in, the caffeine collection is growing. Dawon is now on a steady diet of energy drinks and instant noodles. He's losing his mind. Logically, if the difficulty increases, the drop rate should too, right? Wrong. And he knows exactly why. The game has become pay to win. Want a better drop rate? Open your wallet, sucker. He curses the gold-digging devs. 64 hours. The gamer fuel pile has become a monument to despair. He's even tried using gacha machines, begging for the item to drop, but gets nothing. He's used up all his in-game resources. He's broken. The sun rises on another failed day. Dawon sits in the dark, defeated. 144 hours. That's 6 whole days. The empty cans are a testament to his suffering. He realizes the nerfed drop rate wasn't the only problem. With the boss's difficulty buff, it takes him forever just to get one kill. There's only 1 day left, and if he fails, he flashes back to the threat. Cholwoo beating him senseless in front of Eren. He can't let that happen. He lets out a single, desperate tear. It's over. But the moment he gives up all hope, a new challenger appears, slicing through the boss. It's a level 200 player with the ridiculously chuny name, One Who Brings the End. He just one-shot the boss Dawon has been fighting for a week straight. The mysterious player turns to him. Did thou say thou wert looking for a part? Dawon is baffled by the old-timey roleplay talk, but the guy's chat reveals he also needs a tank. Is this a gimmick? A lunatic? A strong lunatic. An incredibly strong lunatic. And Dawon knows he can't let this opportunity slip by. Dawon immediately starts sucking up, addressing him as Your Highness, and begging to fight alongside him. He's desperate. The player considers it. Dawon is praying to every god he knows. Comrade, sounds good. I give thou permission to accompany me. And just like that, Dawon passes out from sheer relief. He's saved. And then, the sweet, sweet notification. You've obtained the Fire King's greatsword. He did it. He checks his log. Not only did he get the Fire King's greatsword, he got 2 of them. Wait, not just the King's greatsword, but the God's greatsword. A mythical Tier 3 level 200 weapon. This is a God tier drop. His week of suffering was not in vain. He starts thinking about how much he could sell this for on the item marketplace. He's gonna be rich, but he decides not to be greedy. He calls over his new best friend, the chuny role player, and offers him the sword he was looking for. The guy can't believe it. Dawon confirms it's a gift. Dawon can just feel how much the guy is loving it. One good turn deserves another. And now, with the quest complete, he can finally relax. But the moment he does, the exhaustion from an entire week of no sleep hits him like a truck. He decides to just close his eyes for a second before he has to go back to school, and immediately passes out, falling clean out of his chair. Houston, we have a problem. He's completely disoriented. What is happening? His mind flashes through news articles. A whole week of no sleep, tons of caffeine, and no nutrients. He's seen this story before. Excessive gaming that leads to death. Well, that's not good. He wonders if he's really dead, but his thoughts won't stop. And then, a sound. Suddenly, a wild system window appears. Player, Dawon Ha. It's decided to assign him a class based on his life pattern. The analysis is complete, and his class is Powerless Game Shuttle. The system really knows how to kick a guy when he's down. An event quest is generated. Will you accept? Dawon thinks, accept? What is this bullshit? And because the word accept was confirmed in his thoughts, the system registers it. You've accepted. Flawless logic. He sits there in the empty classroom, wondering, was it all a dream? But he knows what he experienced felt too real to just be a dream. And then a character info window pops up in front of his face. Okay, maybe this is the dream. Name, Ha Dawon. Level 1, class, powerless, game shuttle. He can't even escape being a shuttle in his dreams, and a powerless one at that. Suddenly, another notification. The powerless game shuttle's characteristic effect is activated. That definitely startled him. The effect? All the EXP that have been attained in all the games played will be linked to the player. Dowan thinks back to the endless library of games he was forced to play as a game shuttle. If all of that EXP is included, that's a huge amount. The system begins calculating. But before the calculation can finish, he's violently interrupted. Chulwoo Min is back, and he's pissed. It's the exact same situation as before. I told you not to take your eyes off the phone, right? But this time, Dowan isn't scared. He's furious. Everything started because of this bastard. He glares back with pure hatred. Chulwoo is taken aback. Why are you looking at me like that? Even in a dream, Chulwoo is terrifying. Chulwoo seems even angrier than before, and grabs him, demanding to know what the glare means. Dowan starts to panic. He resigns himself to his fate. Right, just hit me. It's just a dream. It won't hurt. Famous last words. It fucking hurts. The horrifying realization dawns on him. This is not a dream. The beating is just as brutal as he remembers, maybe even worse. Chulwoo is absolutely livid. He declares he's going to beat Dowan until his anger is gone. Dowan, bruised and bloody, thinks to himself, and when is that? I think I'll die before that happens. Just then, Erin Ju returns, looking for her phone. She walks in on the whole scene, completely horrified. To make a point, Chulwoo sends Dowan flying with a vicious kick, right in front of her. Chulwoo grabs him by the tie, telling him to stop playing weak. This is it, the worst possible outcome. Getting beaten up in front of the girl you like. Dowan feels like a complete idiot. Just as Chulwoo is about to land another punch, Erin steps in, yelling at him to stop. Erin stands her ground, telling Chulwoo to stop, but he just grabs her arm. He shoves her aside, complaining that she's squeaky. Dowan can only watch, coughing on the floor. Chulwoo grabs her by the hair. Have you gone crazy because boys flatter you? This guy is a real piece of work. She threatens to call a teacher, but Dowan knows it's useless. He's frozen in fear. His mind is a mess. Move. Save her. It's because of me. But I'm scared. I can't do it. Chulwoo raises his hand to strike her. Stop squeaking, you bitch. He's getting ready to Chris Breezy her. Seeing that, something inside Dowan snaps. He knows he can't win, but he gets up anyway. Let go of her, you fucker. He throws a desperate punch. His fist stops just short of Chulwoo's face. He couldn't do it. He's too weak. And in that moment of desperation, the system chimes in. EXP calculation complete. The notifications start flooding in. You have full EXP, promoted to promising game shuttle, promoted to hero class, promoted to legendary class, superior game shuttle. Class-specific skill, crushing blow, has been unlocked. Dowan's fist, now glowing with power, smashes into Chulwoo's face. The impact sends him flying across the room. One punch, that's all it took. Dowan stares at his fist, stunned. Huh? He recognizes that move. It's the same skill his character used in the game. It's real. Then, a new message appears. Administrator's message. Do not look so surprised, my comrade, as this is my present for thine favor. He instantly recognizes the speech pattern. It's the Chunibyo patient. The favor was him giving the guy the fire god's greatsword. This player is the system administrator. Chulwoo is out cold. Another notification. You've defeated the monster, Chulwoo Min. He's been promoted to the final class, sealed game shuttle. Dowan is completely floored. The hell? What is this? The final status window appears. Level, max, HP, max, all stats, max, all active and passive skills, unlocked. He can now use every skill from every game he's ever played. This is the start of his reality quest.
Rin-ju stands there in shock, looking at Ha-Dowan, who's passed out on the floor after that insane stunt. Just what did she just witness? She's genuinely terrified. wondering where a weak shuttle like him suddenly learned to move like a pro. Ha Daon slowly sits up, looking like he just went through a meat grinder. His face is a mess, but hey, he's still breathing. Rinju dashes off to find the nurse while Ha Daon sits there questioning his own sanity. Did he really just fight back? Flashback time. Death isn't just an ending, it was his ticket back to the past. Welcome to the classic reincarnation trope. Suddenly, system windows start popping up in front of his eyes. In real life. This isn't a game, but it sure feels like one now. Turns out, Ha Daon has been a hardcore game nerd since he was a kid. His intuition tells him this is exactly like those generic game fantasy novels. He realizes he's now the Munchkin main character, the kind of guy who just sweeps through enemies like they're nothing. Look at that evil grin. Ha Daon checks his stats. Level 100. Class, sealed game shuttle. Sounds like a pay-to-win account. 1,000 points in every single stat. He's literally a god in a high schooler's body. Bullies, prepare to be deleted. But wait, there's a catch. The sealed game shuttle effects are being applied. Here comes the nerf. The system just rug pulled him. All power sealed, stats reduced to level 1. It's like the game devs just saw his hack and banned him. Current stats, sealed. From a legendary god to a total peasant in 3 seconds flat. Brutal. His stats look absolutely pathetic now. The hexagon is basically a dot. He's back to being bottom tier. Ha Daon is melding. Why even show him the level 100 dream if you're just gonna take it away immediately? Notification, event quest explosion of anger, success. He actually beat the monster Chulwomin reward. A golden key. He accepted the quest in his thoughts right before dying from exhaustion. Talk about a life-binding contract. A literal golden key just starts floating in the middle of the classroom. Physics? Never heard of her. Legendary item acquired. Maybe this isn't a total waste of time after all. In the hallway, the extras are gossiping. They think Chulwomin absolutely destroyed Ha Daon. If only they knew. They're making fun of him, assuming he got beat up for making Chulwo angry. Typical school drama. Ha Daon walks through the crowd, completely ignoring the haters while staring at his shiny new loot. It looks like a normal key, but the system says it's legendary. There has to be something special about it, right? Usage, it opens when you turn it. Thanks, Captain Obvious. This system is officially a troll. Daon decides to brush it off, but he isn't off the hook. A message from a mysterious administrator is about to slide into his notifications. The administrator sends a message about a gift for thine favor. Daon feels a sense of déjà vu, like a character he met in a game. Or maybe it's just the same cringy vibe. The one who brings the end? Cringe. Daon tries calling out to this highness, but quickly realizes he's just talking to a screen. No response, typical dev behavior. As he walks, the system pings again. Another notification? He's barely survived the last one. Quest, dangerous invitation. Tonight, he's invited to a party. Please choose your seat. This sounds less like a celebration and more like a setup. Daon is confused. He doesn't even know where this is supposed to happen. Suddenly, someone bumps right into him. Talk about bad timing. Daon hits the deck hard. Ouch, my tailbone. The other guy is already stuttering out an apology. Relax, it was just a bump. The other student is on his knees, begging for forgiveness. Daon surprised. Usually, he's the one doing the groveling. Why is this kid so scared? Wait, this kid actually has a nosebleed? From a shoulder bump? Meet Yujihan, a guy who seems even more fragile than Daon used to be. Yujihan panics and runs off to find a tissue. Daon's standing there like, wait, I'm the one who should be fine, you're the one bleeding. Just when he thinks he's seen everything, this happens. The kid's an extra, and he's already taking damage from environmental hazards. Daon can't wrap his head around it. A nosebleed from one bump? He finally found someone even lower on the food chain. But his ego trip is cut short by a voice calling his name. Enter Shin Jae-min. Blonde hair, undercut, and currently vaping in the bathroom. He's the top-tier bully Dowan's been dreading. This guy exudes final boss energy. Dowan nervously asks if he's into the game too. Shin Jae-min just chuckles. Game? I don't game, huh. He's more into real-life power plays. Then comes the line that makes Dowan's heart stop, I saw everything. Those words are never a good sign in a school drama. Shin Jae-min takes a puff of his vape, looking smug. Saw, what? Dowan gulps. He's about to be exposed. How you beat up Chul Woo-min, the secret is out. Shin Jae-min witnessed the whole beatdown. Dowan's hidden power isn't so hidden anymore. Flashback, Shin Jae-min was standing right there at the door when Dowan turned the tables on Chulwa. He saw the whole show. Talk about being in the wrong place at the right time. Shin Jae-min looks at him with that classic I found a new toy expression. This isn't going to end well, is it? Dowan is in full panic mode. Is he trying to get revenge? Shin Jae-min mocks him, asking if loser with hidden powers is his new concept. Ouch, that's meta. Shin Jae-min puts a hand on his chest, laughing. You're funny. When a bully calls you funny, it's usually time to run. In the opposite direction. Fast. Then comes the kicker. Shin Jae-min invites him out for drinks with some girls tonight. He even asks Dowan if he wants to go together. This invitation sounds very familiar. Dowan is stunned. Why so sudden? And then he remembers, he already heard this from the system. Quest, dangerous invitation. The timing is a perfect match. The system wasn't lying, his invitation just arrived in person. This is definitely a trap. Dowan realizes he's being invited to a lion's den alongside Chul Woo-min. He double-checks if Shin Jae-min is actually serious, but the blonde bully just laughs. Who else would he be talking to? This is the invitation of a lifetime, or a death sentence. Dowan's eyes go wide. This isn't just a coincidence, it's the system forcing his hand. He realizes there must be a method to this madness, because in the world of games, the more dangerous the quest, the bigger the reward at the end. In the world of gaming, quests lead to rewards and power-ups. It's the universal truth that turns a peasant into a god. Ha Dowan knows the rules, but real life doesn't usually play along. The system asks, will you accept? Ha Dowan sees this as his golden ticket. His chance to stop being a shuttle and start being a main character. But as we know, there's no such thing as a free lunch. Ha Dowan panics. He can't go to a place where bullies thrive. He pulls out the ultimate excuse, his grandfather's memorial service. Classic move, but will it work on a guy like Shin Jae-min? Shin Jae-min buys the lie and heads out, waving a friendly goodbye. Ha Dowan waves back, internally screaming, I won't go. He thinks he's escaped, but the system usually has other plans. Finally alone in the bathroom. Ha Dowan takes a breath, thinking he just dodged a bullet. Little does he know, the gun hasn't even fired yet. Hanging out with bullies? Hard pass. Ha Dowan is choosing self-preservation over school popularity. Smart choice, right? Wrong. The system doesn't like being ignored. System notification, you've declined the quest. A penalty will be given. Wait, nobody mentioned penalties. Ha Dowan's smart choice just backfired in the worst way possible. Begin pain. 2 words you never want to see in a system window. The font is red for a reason, Dowan. This is about to hurt. A lot. Suddenly a weird glow comes from Dowan's crotch. Is that a buffalo? A literal stampede. The pain is hitting him like 1,000 hooves. The penalty for being a coward is apparently getting your balls crushed by an imaginary herd of angry bulls. Meanwhile, the bathroom stall door becomes the view. Someone is coming in. The extras barge in. They find him twitching on the floor in a puddle of his own stuff. Ha Dowan is foaming at the mouth, his eyes rolling back. The penalty is so intense it's practically killing him. He's just a punching bag for the system now. Pain time left, 59 minutes. An entire hour of this? Ha Dowan realizes he won't last another 5 minutes. The system is literally torturing him into submission. His face is a mask of pure agony. He's groaning, twitching, and probably regretting ever being born. The system is making an example out of him. No one declines a quest and gets away with it. The system offers the quest again. This time, it's not an invitation, it's an ultimatum. Accept, or spend the next hour being crushed by imaginary bulls. Tough choice, right? Scene transition. The neon lights of the city flicker as night falls. The atmosphere is thick with that something bad is about to happen energy. Welcome to the nightlife, Dawan. Under the neon city lights, Shin Jae-min is already on the scene, strolling through the crowd in a designer cardigan like he owns the place. He's the spider waiting at the center of his web, and Dawan is about to fly right into it. You're early. Jae-min waves with a grin that screams trouble. Dawan stands there looking like he's walking to his own funeral, realizing that as much as he hates this party, the alternative the system offered was infinitely worse. In the end, Dawan accepted. Why? Because 60 minutes of that system-induced torture is something no human can survive. Logically speaking, he couldn't even stand 60 seconds of it. So here he is, ready for the party. Shin Jae-min asks about the memorial service. Dawan's lie is so bad it's impressive. Grandpa is busy today, so he can't come. Even the ghost of his grandfather is too busy for this awkward encounter. Dawan is sweating bullets. Nothing bad will happen, right? He's desperately trying to convince himself that he's just out for a normal social gathering. He is very, very wrong. Let's have fun today, Shin Jae-min says with an expression that belongs in a horror movie. That smirk isn't friendly, it's predatory. Dawan's survival instincts are screaming, but the system is louder. He tries one last desperate escape, faking a phone call from his grandfather. But the timing is terrible. The girls arrive just as he's about to bolt. Plot twist, he's stuck. The girls are here, and they're already judging the merchandise. They think they're meeting a handsome kid from the academy. Little do they know, he's a system-glitched shuttle. One of the girls isn't impressed and wants to skip. Honestly, she's the smartest person in the room so far. Dawan is just standing there, trying to look human despite the band-aids. Dawan is blushing hard. He tells himself he's not here because they're pretty, he's just being polite to the person who invited him. Sure, Dawan. It's definitely not because you're terrified of system pain. They settle into the karaoke room. Dawan is trying to act cool, but he's basically a vibrating bag of nerves sitting next to a shark in a designer cardigan. The spread is insane. Chicken, fruit, and enough alcohol to knock out an elephant. Is this really a typical high school night out? Manhwa logic says yes. Shin Jae-min is the ultimate host, opening bottles like a pro. He mentions that his friend's older brother works there, so the rules don't really apply. Power of connections, kids. The girls are already singing their hearts out. Shin Jae-min turns to Dawan with a casual question, how well can you drink? Translation, how long until you pass out? Dawan admits he's never drunk before. He's a total rookie. Shin Jae-min just laughs and pours him a glass anyway. Peer pressure is a powerful stat debuff. Don't worry about the money, Shin Jae-min says, acting like the most generous guy on earth. Dawan starts to relax, thinking maybe, just maybe, he was wrong about this guy. Oh, Dawan, you sweet summer child. The atmosphere seems decent. Dawan is actually starting to enjoy himself. Then Shin Jae-min drops a cryptic line, it's about time my wallet arrives here though. Wait, his wallet? Dawan's eyes go wide. What does he mean by his wallet arriving? Does his literal wallet have a GPS and legs? The confusion is real. The door opens, and Shin Jae-min's face lights up. Oh, nice timing. He calls out to someone named Jihan. He asks if he paid for the extra time. The reality of the situation is starting to sink in. Meet you Jihan, the wallet shuttle. He's 18, beat up, and looks like he's forgotten what happiness feels like. He's not a guest, he's the bank account. Dawan recognizes him instantly, it's the kid with the nosebleed from earlier today. So this is what wallet shuttle means. It's a level of bullying Dawan has only heard of in urban legends. The nice guy mask slips. Shin Jae-min leans in close to you Jihan, his voice dripping with malice. You think we came here just to play for 2 hours? The fun part of the evening is officially over. You idiot. Shin Jae-min's true colors come out. He's a predator, and he's just cornered his prey. The mood in the room just dropped to sub-zero temperatures. Dowan is trembling. He finally sees the monster he's dealing with. Shin Jae-min isn't a nice guy, he's a psychopath in designer clothes. And Dowan is right in the middle of it. Shin Jae-min introduces them like they're old pals. This is Dowan and this is Jihan. He's treating the whole thing like a joke, making it even more terrifying. Dowan is just trying to stay invisible. Shin Jae-min leans in with the bottle, asking if Jihan wants to drink. But in this social hierarchy, a question from Jae-min is a command you can't refuse. Jihan is practically vibrating with terror, knowing exactly what's coming next. And there it is, the unintentional slip. Jae-min douses Jihan's pants in alcohol, turning the party into a public execution of dignity. Dowan watches in horror as the real humiliation ritual begins, realizing exactly how dangerous this invitation truly is. Oops, my mistake. Shin Jae-min's acting is worse than a D-list celebrity's. Everyone knows it was on purpose, especially when he starts mocking Yoo Jihan's bright pants. It's a classic humiliation tactic, and it's working. This is the peak of school life bullying. Yoo Jihan is soaking wet, humiliated in front of girls, and yet he's the one saying sorry for wearing white pants. The power dynamic in this room is absolutely nauseating. Ha Dowan is putting the pieces together. The nosebleed from a simple bump, the terrified look in the hallway, Yoo Jihan wasn't just a weak kid, he was a shuttle being systematically broken down. And of course, Shin Jae-min was right there in the bathroom too, probably overseeing his investment. This guy is everywhere, like a bad smell you just can't get rid of. Ha Dowan is having a mental crisis. Why am I involved with such a bully again? He escaped one nightmare only to walk straight into a more expensive, high-society version of it. Life is funny like that. The girls aren't helping. What's with that loser? Empathy seems to be a rare stat in this school. They're just here for the free drinks and the drama, and they're getting plenty of both. Shin Jae-min is the director of this little play. He refuses to sing, preferring to sit back and watch the chaos he's created. He's much more interested in playing with his toys than doing some karaoke. Wait, he's going to sing a ballad? That's an odd choice. Usually, you want something upbeat for a party. But Shin Jae-min has a specific kind of fun in mind. It'll be fun if Jihan dances, right? The trap is set. Shin Jae-min wants a backup dancer for his slow song. Ha Dowan is staring, realized the sheer cruelty of the request. Dancing to a ballad is a special kind of hell. It's not about the performance, it's about making Yoo Jihan look as ridiculous as possible in front of everyone. It's pure, calculated humiliation. Nah, he likes to dance. Shin Jae-min is basically rewrite history now. He's gaslighting the entire room into thinking this is just a fun little tradition. And everyone is too scared to disagree. He leans back, acting like a king. Right? Jihan? That little tilde at the end of his name is more threatening than a knife. He's waiting for the submission he knows is coming. Yoo Jihan is just a shell of a person at this point. His eyes are hollow, his spirit is gone. He's the perfect wallet shuttle, silent, obedient, and completely broken. Shin Jae-min puts a hand on both their shoulders. He looks like a friendly mentor, but Dowan can feel the ice-cold malice radiating from him. The mood in the room is suffocating. The mask drops completely. You're making me look bad, you fucker. Shin Jae-min's true face is terrifying. He doesn't care about the party, he only cares about his reputation as the top dog. Shin Jae-min whispers to Dowan, making sure he knows exactly who's in charge. He's an expert at psychological warfare, and he's currently winning on every front. I'll dance. Yoo Jihan gives in. The humiliation ritual is officially underway. Ha Dowan is watching in horror, wondering if pride is something people like them can even afford to have. Dowan realizes the cold truth: if he were in Jihan's shoes, he'd be doing windmills on top of that table. When you're a shuttle, your only job is to survive, even if it means losing your soul. He can't watch this train wreck anymore. He makes a quick excuse to go to the bathroom. Anything to get away from the smell of burning dignity in this room. The toilet, the ultimate sanctuary for every protagonist who's about to have a mental breakdown. It's quiet, it's private, and it doesn't have Shin Jae-min in it. Yet. Ha Dawan stands there, realizing he's living on borrowed time. Shin Jae-min only respects him because he thinks Dawan is some kind of hidden boss. It's a house of cards waiting to fall. But the reality is much worse. His stats are sealed. He's got no power, no skills, and no way to defend himself. He's basically a level 1 mob in a high-level raid. He's trembling, knowing it's only a matter of time before the truth comes out. If Shin Jae-min finds out he's still just a loser, it's game over. Permanently. Wait, the system logic finally clicks. He showed up, he's here, so, dangerous invitation, should technically be mission accomplished. The threat of electric buffaloes is gone, and he's finally off the hook. Time to take the win and disappear. This is his chance to ghost this nightmare. He grabs the handle, ready to leave Yu Jihan behind and prioritize his own skin. But as any pro player knows, clearing one quest usually just triggers the cutscene for an even bigger boss fight. Let's see if that door actually opens. Ha Dawan stands in front of the exit, his survival instinct screaming at him to run. He knows if he stays, he's just another toy for Shin Jae-min. But the exit sign is basically a lie in this world. Dawan pauses before he leaves. There is no in-between. He realizes that he was the same as Jihan yesterday. He couldn't do it. He couldn't run. Dawan returns to the room, and Jae-min is actually surprised. Level of suspicion, rising. Dawan's looking like a mess, but he's still standing. He asks where the girls went, and Jae-min casually mentions they're fixing their makeup. The calm before the storm is real. Then he sees it. Jihan is standing there, half-naked and broken. The humiliation is complete. Dawan's heart sinks as he realizes the extent of Jae-min's cruelty. Jihan is a shell of a human being right now. He's standing there, shivering, with all his dignity stripped away. It's a sight Dawan won't be forgetting anytime soon. I'm washing it. Jae-min is apologizing by soaking Jihan's pants in a bucket of alcohol. He's grinning like a psycho because, well, he is one. This isn't an accident, it's a statement. Dawan is terrified. He realizes that keeping quiet isn't enough to survive. He needs a plan, or he needs a miracle. Preferably both. ASAP. Time to lean into the trope. If he can't be strong, he has to act like he's some kind of hidden boss. He puts on his best "I'm hiding my power" face. Method acting, the ultimate survival skill. The door creaks open. The mood in the room just went from scary to terrifying. Dawan knows whoever is coming in is going to be a problem. A designer Shu steps in. In the world of Manhwa, Thebius drip usually belong to the biggest monsters. Meet Yuk Man-chun. He's massive, he's tattooed, and he's literally covered in blood. Dawan is staring up at him like a mouse looking at a mountain. A very angry, bloody mountain. Jae-min introduces him like he's just a normal school friend. He's the one whose brother works here. Yeah, sure. And my brother is the King of England. Look at that guy. High school student. Dawan's inner monologue is doing backflips. Yuk Man-chun looks like he served 3 life sentences and retired. Just what kind of trouble was he taking care of? Shin Jae-min is still acting like the king of the castle. He asks Dawan what he should give him next. A drink? A song? Or maybe just another trauma? Dawan is short-circuiting. What should I do? What should I do? Running is no longer an option with a bloody giant standing in the doorway. He's trapped. Dawan reaches for the mic, trying to find any way to keep the peace. He's shaking like a leaf, but he's still trying to play the part. I wanted to sing since earlier, ha. Smooth, Dawan. Very smooth. Quest complete. Dangerous invitation is finally over. But before Dawan can celebrate his survival, the system throws a curveball. A linked quest is beginning. Oh, come on. Dawan's holding the mic, looking like he just saw a ghost. Linked quest, one who judges injustice. Task, hit Shin Jae-min's head with a mic. Reward, a key. Time limit, 30 minutes. The system just chose violence, and Dawan has to be the one to deliver it. Good luck, kid. Ha Dawan is staring at the system screen like it just told him the world is ending. The quest wants him to smash a mic over someone's head, and honestly, he's not sure if he's crazy enough to actually pull it off. But the system doesn't do maybe. It's a simple choice, complete the quest or face the penalty pain. Ha Duan is sweating bullets as the realization hits him. This isn't just a game, it's a life or death situation with a very pushy narrator. If he fails, he's envisioning the stampede of buffaloes ready to demolish his balls. Flashback to the karaoke room where things are already messy. Enter Yuk Man-chun, a massive tattooed giant in a blood-stained white shirt who looks like he just walked out of a horror movie. Yuk Man-chun just laughs off the blood on his face like he accidentally spilled some cherry juice. We all know it's definitely not juice, buddy. This absolute unit is literally using another student as a human massage chair. The school hierarchy in this district is truly a nightmare. While Yuk Man-chun plays musical chairs with people's spines, Ha Duan sits there wondering how his life turned into a high-stakes thriller in a karaoke booth. The quest's demand to smash Shin Jae-min's head is echoing in his mind, but looking at the guy, it feels like a one-way ticket to the afterlife. Yuk Man-chun leans in, his tattooed face practically screaming, "I eat guys like you for breakfast." Ha Duan is definitely losing his appetite. Shin Jae-min acts all friendly, but we know the vibe. It's the "join my gang or become a permanent resident of the floor" kind of friendship. The buffaloes are getting closer. If Ha Duan doesn't act soon, those metaphorical hooves are going to hurt a lot more than Yuk Man-chun's fists. He thinks back to those legendary level 100 skills he caught a glimpse of. If only he could tap into that god-tier power again. But his best active skill, multi-strike destruction, is sealed tight. The system is basically handing him a gun with no bullets. Ha Duan is having a total meltdown while Shin Jae-min just watches, probably thinking he's just a really dramatic karaoke fan. 15 minutes. That's all the time he has left to make a choice that will either save him or get him absolutely wrecked. Shin Jae-min finally breaks the silence. He's curious why Ha Duan, who supposedly has some hidden strength, is currently acting like a scared kitten. He wants to know why Ha Duan let himself get bullied for so long when he clearly has the potential to be a monster. It's a valid question, honestly. Ha Duan is short-circuiting. He can't exactly tell them he's being controlled by a buggy reality game that nerfs his stats every 5 seconds. Shin Jae-min shrugs it off and moves to the real reason he called this meeting. Buckle up, because things are about to get weird. The tension is thick enough to choke a horse as Shin Jae-min leans in. Ha Duan is praying for the floor to just swallow him whole. "Let's hold hands together," Shin Jae-min says. In the world of high school gang recruitment, that's basically a blood oath with a side of fries. Ha Duan's brain has officially exited the building. Is he being recruited or is this a really aggressive way of asking for a date? Shin Jae-min is talking about chewing through the whole district like he's ordering off a secret menu. This isn't just your average school bully, he's got full-blown ambitions to rule over everything, starting with this room. Those eyes say he's ready to build a criminal empire out of designer labels and cheap convenience store snacks. Ha Duan is officially caught between a lunatic's grand vision and a system that's currently eating popcorn while he panics. Typical high school delinquent starter pack, cheap booze, cigarettes, and a mountain of cup noodles. It's amazing how they can afford Gucci cardigans but still eat like college students on a budget. Yu Ji-han is looking like he's ready to become a permanent part of the furniture. When you're at the top of the food chain like Jae-min, power and a loyal posse aren't optional, they're the standard package. And of course, we've got the obligatory group of female students hanging around for the vibes. Lenny and her friends are basically here to provide the aesthetic, or maybe just to silently judge everyone's life choices. Shin Jae-min is laying it on thick, offering Ha Duan the world on a silver platter. It's the classic, sell your soul for a slightly better life deal, delivered with a smile that's about as real as a $3 bill. But Ha Duan isn't falling for the flashy recruitment speech. He knows this temptation is just a fancy wrapper on a toxic relationship that usually ends with him doing everyone's homework. Look at that face. Ha Duan is officially done being the school's designated punching bag. He's realizing that no amount of status is worth his dignity or his sanity. Shin Jae-min goes for the low blow, asking if he really wants to spend the rest of his school life as a game shuttle. Ouch, right in the gamer pride. He offers the ultimate carrot, a chance to take revenge on everyone who ever harassed him. Because nothing says fresh start like becoming the very monster you used to fear. For a split second, Ha Duan actually considers it. The idea of changing positions with his bullies is tempting, the dark side always has the best marketing. Cue the dramatic flashback montage. Getting your head slammed into a desk isn't exactly a fond memory, and he wonders if joining forces with Shin Jae-min is the only way to stop the bleeding. Shin Jae-min heads off to the restroom, giving Ha-do-won some space to think, while Yuk Man-chun just sits there like a human mountain. It's a lot of pressure for a guy who just wants to play games in peace. Ha-do-won realizes this absurd power isn't a glitch, it's a divine message telling him to escape the loser lifestyle once and for all. God's will? Maybe. A really aggressive game system? Definitely. He's already imagining himself hanging out with the popular kids, but Yoo Ji-han snaps him back to reality with a nervous, "Hey. Talk about a vibe check." Yoo Ji-han pulls out a gold key and asks if it belongs to him. Wait, did our legendary player seriously drop his quest reward in the hallway like a total noob? Flashback to the morning collision. Ha-do-won was so caught up in his quest he didn't even notice his pockets were leaking high-tier loot. Real professional, Dawan. He takes the key back, but Yoo Ji-han isn't done talking. He's got that "I'm about to give you some life-changing advice" look on his face. You shouldn't hang out with Shin Jae-min, Yoo Ji-han warns. It's a classic "don't make my mistakes" moment, delivered with a face full of bruises that prove his point. Ha-do-won is instantly annoyed. He thinks Yoo Ji-han is just trying to drag him back down to the bottom of the social ladder. Misery loves company, right? More flashbacks of the humiliation they've both endured. Yoo Ji-han says Ha-do-won didn't seem like a bad guy, and he doesn't want to see him lose his soul to Jaemin's gang. Yoo Ji-han backs off, apologizing for being pushy. It's hard to save someone who's already tasting the power of the system. But then, the system screen pops up, 3 minutes remaining. The deadline for his destiny is officially ticking down, and the stakes just got real. Panic mode activated. Ha-do-won realizes that if he doesn't complete the quest in time, he's going to lose more than just his pride. That penalty sounds like a nightmare. He stands up, fueled by sheer terror. It's the turning point of his life, and he refuses to go back to being a pathetic loser in front of everyone. He fakes a phone call to make a quick exit. "I gotta make a call," he tells the group, while probably screaming internally at the ticking clock. And now, for a bit of nature documentary vibe. When an elephant foresees its own death, it leaves the herd to face the end alone. Ha-do-won is about to find out if he's the elephant or the hunter. The metaphor continues, elephants leave the herd to meet their fate in silence. It's poetic, really, unless you're the elephant about to get stomped. Just like Ha-do-won, who is currently hiding behind this authorized personnel-only door, probably wishing he was literally anywhere else. He's biting down on a rag to keep from screaming. Honestly, if being terrified was a sport, he'd be an Olympic gold medalist right now. 30 seconds left on the clock. The system is basically a toxic girlfriend who gives you an ultimatum and then counts down with a stopwatch. He's questioning his entire existence. Is joining a gang of bullies really worse than whatever this penalty pain is? The struggle is real. 20 seconds. The pressure is on, and the panic is setting in. It's the final countdown, but without the catchy 80s synth music. He realizes that if he wants to stop being everyone's shuttle, he has to do something absolutely unhinged. Desperate times call for mic-smashing measures. Something shifts. The fear is still there, but it's being overridden by a surge of system-fueled adrenaline. The anchovy is about to bite back. Meanwhile, back in the karaoke room, Yuk Man-chun is getting tipsy and feeling like a pop star. Poor guy has no idea his world is about to be rocked. He's getting roasted by the girls for his old man taste in music. Imagine being a terrifying gangster and getting bullied by high schoolers for your playlist. Embarrassing. Wait, where's the mic? One of the girls notices a crucial prop is missing from the room. Foreshadowing at its finest. The scene shifts to the bathroom door. This is where the magic, or the assault, is about to happen. Take your pick. Shin Jae-min walks out, clutching his stomach and blaming the school lunch. Pro tip, don't eat mystery meat before you head into a hostile social situation. Surprise. Ha-do-won lunges from the shadows like a low-budget ninja. He's not joining the gang, he's delivering a very loud, plastic-encased message. Crack. One mic strike to the head later, and the school's top bully is eating floor tiles. That's one way to end a recruitment meeting. Down goes the king. Shin Jae-min is out cold, and the hallway is suddenly a lot quieter. Ha Do-won is officially a madman. Ding! Quest completed. Ha Do-won breathes a sigh of relief as the system confirms he won't be feeling the penalty pain today. Victory is sweet, and slightly concussive. He stands over his fallen enemy, gasping for air. He'd rather be a loser with a conscience than a trash bully with a Gucci cardigan. Respect. Now for the cleanup. He has to drag Shin Jae-min to a deserted area before the backup arrives. It's like a very illegal version of Weekend at Bernie's. He remembers Yuk Man-chun is still in the room. If that tattooed tank finds out what happened, Ha Do-won is going to need a lot more than a microphone to survive. Shin Jae-min's phone falls out, and Ha Do-won sees an opportunity. In the world of toxic relationships, a fake text message is the ultimate weapon. Back in the room, Yuk Man-chun is giving the performance of his life. He thinks he's killing it, but he's about to get a notification that kills his mood. He feels a buzz in his pocket. Probably just a fan or a bill collector, right? Wrong. It's the start of a very bad night. Ha Do-won, playing the role of a master chaos agent, uses the stolen phone to drop a massive ego bomb on Yuk Man-chun. The message is simple: fucking pig can't sing, and it hits like a freight train. Yuk Man-chun's face shifts from tipsy to terrifying as the rage takes over. He's ready to tear the room apart, completely unaware that his best bud Shin Jae-min is currently being used as a chair by the guy sending these texts. Ha Do-won is currently sitting on the knocked-out body of Shin Jae-min, frantically typing on the bully's phone. He's already crossed the line into crazy, so he figures a little extra chaos is just a nice bonus. He's really committing to the bit, sending insulting texts to Yuk Man-chun while pretending to be a drunk Shin Jae-min. He even tosses in a "wanna fight," just for that extra spicy delinquent flavor. With the digital trap set, Ha Do-won tries to psych himself up for the next move, but his face says he's about 3 seconds away from a total panic attack. And just like that, the shadows grow long as the human mountain known as Yuk Man-chun looms over him. Ha Do-won looks up, and let's be real, his entire life just flashed before his eyes. His heart probably just stopped. He's staring up at the terrifying giant, wondering how on earth his plan backfired this spectacularly and this fast. Ding! A new sudden quest pops up, letting him know Yuk Man-chun is absolutely livid and a beatdown is imminent. Ha Do-won's inner monologue is basically just one big censored scream. Yuk Man-chun doesn't waste time with words and sends a brutal kick right into Ha Do-won's midsection. He's basically a human soccer ball at this point, and the giant is going for a goal. Ha Do-won hits the concrete hard, and that thud you hear is the sound of reality checking him into a world of pain and regret. The giant looms over him, his face twisted in a sneer that would make a shark nervous. He's got some news for the shrimp, and it's definitely not a friendly life hack. He grabs Ha Do-won by the collar like he's picking up a piece of discarded trash. It turns out Shin Jae-min doesn't text when he's drunk, so Ha Do-won's master plan was fundamentally flawed from the start. Then comes the fist. Yuk Man-chun delivers a punch that would probably knock the teeth out of a rhinoceros, and Ha Do-won is taking the full brunt of it. While he's raining down blows, Yuk Man-chun mentions that Shin Jae-min actually took a liking to him. Talk about a very aggressive way to show appreciation. He grabs the poor kid's head with a hand that's basically the size of a catcher's mitt. This is the part of the story where the hero usually gets a cool power-up, but right now, Ha Do-won is just getting a concussion. He slams Ha Do-won against the floor, preaching about loyalty and how to repay someone who offered a hand. Ironically, he's repaying him with a face full of floor tiles. Another brutal strike follows. Yuk Man-chun isn't just fighting, he's trying to manually uninstall Ha Do-won from existence. He looks over at the unconscious Shin Jae-min and scoffs at Ha Do-won's shrimp status. He can't fathom why his boss even wanted to recruit this anchovy in the first place. The giant has a murderous glint in his eye as he realizes the text prank was intentional. He's not just angry now, he's personally offended that a weakling tried to play him. He spots the microphone in Ha Do-won's pocket, the tool used to take down Shin Jae-min. To a guy like Yuk Man-chun, using a weapon instead of fists is the ultimate coward move. Yuk Man-chun grabs him again, his face a mask of pure, unadulterated rage. Ha Do-won is battered, bloody, and looking like he's on his last sliver of HP. But instead of begging for mercy, Ha Do-won finds his voice and calls them out. He's done being the victim and tells the real cowards exactly what he thinks of their pathetic bullying. Yuk Man-chun has had enough of the hero's speech and tells him to shut the hell up before kicking him down a flight of stairs. Talk about a very rough exit. Ha Do-won goes tumbling down, crashing into a pile of boxes like a bag of laundry. It's a painful reminder that heroic speeches are hard to pull off when your opponent is built like a tank. Yuk Man-chun just laughs it off, calling Shin Jae-min a weakling for getting decked by a shrimp. While he's busy gloating, the golden key slips out of Ha Do-won's pocket. Ha Do-won crashes into a pile of boxes, and the legendary golden key, his absolute last hope, clatters onto the floor. It's a legendary drop at the worst possible moment, but it's the only loot that can keep his heart beating. Through a haze of pain and blood, he stares at the shining item, his mind racing for a way to use it. He knows the system wants him to unlock something, but finding the right keyhole is about to become a life-or-death puzzle. Ha Do-won is staring at the legendary golden key. The instructions say, insert and turn, but he's currently looking for a lock like he's stuck in a Resident Evil puzzle room. The administrator gets impatient and sends a message in Shakespearean English. Shouldst not the key be placed into the keyhole? Even the game system is losing its mind over his slow reaction time. Ha Do-won finally catches on. He realizes that in a world governed by a game system, the lock isn't on a door, it's right in his virtual face. He opens the skill window and there it is, a giant, glowing keyhole right in the middle of his locked abilities. It's basically screaming, insert key to win. He jams the golden key into the virtual lock. This is the ultimate loot box opening, but with way higher stakes than just a new skin for his character. He gives it a turn, and the whole world erupts in blue light. We're talking maximum power-up vibes here, folks. Grab your popcorn. Meanwhile, Yuk Man-chun is busy poking the unconscious Shin Jae-min. He's laughing about how embarrassing it is for the top dog to be taken out by a shrimp. The giant is having a grand old time gloating, but he has no idea that the shrimp is currently undergoing a massive system update in the background. Ha Do-won struggles to his feet, blood on his face but literal fire in his eyes. He declares that he can't call himself a man if he doesn't fight back, classic shonen protagonist energy. Yuk Man-chun is actually impressed. He loves it when his victims show a little bit of pride right before he turns them into floor decorations. Of course, Ha Do-won isn't just being heroic for fun. The system warns him that refusing the battle leads to a penalty. His manly pride is about 90% system-mandated terror. Yuk Man-chun charges forward, laughing like a maniac. He's excited to finally have a target that doesn't just lie there and take it. Big mistake, buddy. As the giant stomps up the stairs, Ha Do-won begins to question everything. Why did this system give him power, and why does it keep driving him into these insane fights? Electricity crackles around his feet as the golden key's power takes hold. The anchovy is about to become a shark, and the predator is about to become the prey. Ha Do-won's eyes glow with blue mana. He realizes the system doesn't just want him to win, it wants to see a show, and he's about to give it a 5-star performance. The transformation is complete. With a roar that shakes the building, the loser is finally ready to crush the bully. Behold the legendary Falcon drop. This high-flying kick is basically a guaranteed KO, but there's a catch, it costs a whopping 120 mana. Ha Do-won is ready to bet everything on this one shot. He's beaten and bruised, but he's got that main character, determined eye, glow going on. Yuk Man-chun, looking like he just stepped out of a Yakuza fever dream, isn't impressed. He calls Do-won an anchovy and prepares to turn him into fish paste. Do-won leaps into the air, screaming like he's about to end the series right here. I can win, he thinks, falling for the oldest anime trope in the book. And then, the ultimate mood killer, insufficient mana. The system really chose the worst possible moment to remind him he's still a level 1 scrub. The I can win confidence evaporates instantly as a massive fist enters his personal space. Do-won realizes he just jumped into a world of pain. Do-won hits the floor like a sack of potatoes. Gravity is a cruel mistress, especially when it's assisted by a 200-pound gangster. Yuk Man-chun is having the time of his life, laughing at Do-won for talking big only to flop. Talk about an embarrassing fail. Do-won is down for the count, groaning in the middle of a smoke-filled hallway. This quest is looking more like a Resident Evil 9 by the second. He grinds his teeth in fury, cursing the stupid system. It gave him a cool nuke, but forgot to give him the battery to power it. The math just isn't matteing. He's got 100 MP, the skill needs 120, the system is literally trolling him at this point. He's frustrated, bleeding, and looks like he's about to cry. Wait a second, a light bulb finally flickers in that bruised brain. He remembers something about quest rewards dropping in specific spots. Flashback to the karaoke room, the quest to smash Shin Jae-min's head promised a copper key. And where did that fight end? He looks back at the unconscious Shin Jae-min near the elevator. No key there, which means it must have dropped exactly where the quest was completed. He remembers the golden key dropped right under the window before. Items in this game drop on the floor like loot in an RPG. The realization hits, the copper key is in front of the restroom. Do-won makes a desperate dash, knowing this is his only chance to level up. But Yuk Man-chun isn't letting his favorite punching bag run away that easily. He grabs Do-won's collar mid-sprint like a total party pooper. Another brutal blow sends Do-won flying. Man-chun asks where he thinks he's going, clearly not done with the beatdown. Man-chun lifts Do-won up like he's nothing more than a piece of laundry. The height difference is just insulting at this point. The big guy smirks, calling him a rat. He's clearly enjoying this way too much, but Do-won is still focused on the goal. Do-won's body is shaking, literally at its absolute limit. If he takes one more clean hit, it's game over, and not the respawn at checkpoint kind. He tries to crawl away, his eyes scanning the floor for that shimmering loot. Man-chun just laughs, watching him scramble like a pathetic bug. Man-chun grabs him by the hair like he's taking out the trash, winding up for a grand finale. Do-won is officially in panic mode, frantically searching for any kind of miracle. The impact is brutal as his face is slammed into the floor. Do-won takes another brutal hit. Blood is flying everywhere, and things are looking pretty grim for our boy. Yuk Man-chun tells him to just stay down and play dead. He's basically treated Do-won like a ragdoll this entire chapter. But then, Do-won starts laughing. Man-chun is genuinely confused, probably wondering if the brain damage finally kicked in. The disrespect is real as Man-chun literally grinds his heel into Do-won's face. He really wants to know what's so funny about getting curb stomped. Do-won mumbles through the blood that something funny is about to happen. He's definitely cooking something, even if he's currently being used as a doormat. He asks if Man-chun really thinks he caused all this mess without a plan. Meanwhile, the elevator indicator is slowly climbing to the 4th floor. Yuk Man-chun mocks him for flapping his lips just to stay alive. Little does he know, he's walking right into a gamer's trap. The elevator dings on the 5th floor, and Do-won reveals his master plan. It was all just bait to stall for time. Do-won screams for everyone to get out and wreck this guy. He's calling in the cavalry, or at least that's what he wants Man-chun to think. Man-chun's face goes from bully to genuine terror real quick. He has no idea what's coming through those doors. The doors open, and no one is there. Yuk Man-chun is fuming. But wait, the elevator is empty. Man-chun realized he's been played by a guy who's barely conscious. Do-won takes the opportunity to haul ass. He's running like his life depends on it, which, to be fair, it actually does. He's thankful Man-chun is more brawn than brain. This distraction was exactly what he needed to put some distance between them. His eyes are glued to the floor, searching for the loot. Where's the key, is the only thing on his mind right now. He trips and eats dirt again, letting out a painful "guh". Seriously, his luck with gravity is just non-existent today. His legs are literally giving out, but he refuses to quit. He knows that key is the only thing standing between him and a game over. Just as he reaches the hallway, Yuk Man-chun kicks the door open like Mr. X. The hunt is back on. Man-chun tells him to stay right there, cracking his knuckles for round 2. This guy really has zero chill. Do-won realizes he has no strength left to run. It feels like the end of the line for the Forbidden Game shuttle. But then, he spots it, the copper key, just sitting there on the floor. It's the ultimate loot drop at the perfect time. He grabs it, and the system confirms it, rare item, copper key. This thing is the key to unlocking his true potential. Do-won pulls up his character info, and it's a total disaster. He needs a miracle, and he's hoping this copper key is the cheat code he's looking for. His stats are absolutely pathetic, 12 HP left and ones across the board. But that glowing lock in the center of his stat wheel is his last hope. Meanwhile, Yuk Man-chun is charging down the hall like a runaway freight train. This guy definitely does not skip cardio day, or any other day for that matter. Do-won jams the key in and turns it with everything he's got. The system pulses with blue energy as the stats unlock. Do-won's looking like he just drank 10 cans of White Monster and is ready to fight God or a middle manager. He's given the choice to increase a stat permanently. He realizes his puny 100 mana was the only thing holding back his legendary Falcon drop. Time to pump those numbers up and see what this system is really made of. He dumps every point into mana, his eyes practically glowing with system juice. Yuk Man-chun is already here, throwing a punch that could probably put a hole through a brick wall. Boom, MP increased by 100. Man-chun's punch misses by a hair as Do-won pulls off a high-speed dodge. It's the kind of reflex you only get after thousands of hours of grinding in the arcade. Do-won uses Yuk Man-chun's own leg as a stepping stone to launch himself into the air. It's a classic move, but when it's backed by system lightning, it's a lot scarier. Lightning starts crackling as the system recognizes the skill activation. Do-won is finally playing the game for real, and the big guy is about to learn why. He's airborne, the lightning effects making him look like a shonen protagonist. He winds up the kick. Falcon drop. This isn't just a flashy game move anymore, it's a direct ticket to the emergency room for anyone standing in his way. The kick connects perfectly with the back of the big guy's head. Yuk Man-chun's brain just hit the restart button. He's out cold before he even realizes that the anchovy just served him a whole can of whoop-ass. The system confirms the victory, the monster Yuk Man-chun has been defeated. Score 1 for the guy everyone used to call a shuttle. Do-won is absolutely spent, panting like he just ran a marathon while being chased by a bear. He's barely standing, but he's the one still conscious. The giant finally collapses to his knees, his reign of terror officially ended by a high schooler and a floating blue screen. It's a poetic moment, really. Sudden quest completed. Do-won is feeling himself right now, thinking he's the coolest guy in the hallway, and for once, he's actually right. And look at that, the system drops a silver key for his trouble. It's like a piñata that only gives out plot progression and more mystery. He finally lets out a breath he's been holding since the chapter started. Surviving by the skin of your teeth is one hell of a workout. He thinks it's finally over and he can go back to being a normal gamer. Just as he's about to celebrate his narrow escape, a familiar blonde figure appears at the end of the hall. Shin Jae-min is back, and he's definitely not here to congratulate him. Jae-min stares in absolute shock, unable to comprehend how his top muscle got folded by a guy he used as a footstool. The disbelief on his face is priceless, but the tension in the room just hit an all-time high. Do-won is literally shaking as Shin Jae-min stares at the unconscious body on the floor. Jae-min looks like he just saw a goldfish beat up a shark, and he is not happy about it. But the real boss music starts when this absolute unit shows up behind Do-won. Meet Yuk Man-ok, a living wall of muscle who definitely didn't come here to offer a group hug. Yuk Man-ok is the older, and much larger, brother of the guy Do-won just folded. There is no way this guy is 19. Do-won suddenly remembers Shin Jae-min's warning about a friend's brother working here. Pro tip for the future, when the main villain gives you a heads up, maybe actually listen. If one giant wasn't enough, doors start opening all down the hall. Do-won has officially triggered every single trap in the dungeon at once, and there's no save point in sight. The rest of the gang members are coming out to see what caused the earthquake. They're laughing and making jokes, totally unaware of the beatdown that just took place. Their faces drop the moment they realize it was Yuk Man-chun who got laid out. They aren't just shocked, they're looking for someone to blame, and Do-won is the only target. Shin Jae-min's words haunt Do-won like a bad tutorial tip. He did mention that he usually drinks with friends. A quick status check shows Do-won is at 12 HP and completely out of mana. He's basically a one-hit kill at this point, and he's standing in the middle of a literal army. Our boy looks like he's ready to pass out, and honestly, can you blame him? He just used his ultimate move and now he's facing the sequel's boss before the credits even roll. It's the classic, good news, bad news situation. Good news, he won the fight. Bad news, he's now the most wanted man in the building, and Shin Jae-min is closing in. The hallway is packed with dozens of angry gangsters, and Do-won has zero mana and even less hope. His final thought says it all, fucked, lol.